El Salvador President Nayib Bukele's drive to consolidate his grip on power and crack down on critics and humanitarian organizations has forced a leading human rights organization to suspend operations in the country and go into exile. Cristosal was founded by Anglican bishops 25 years ago and came into prominence for its investigations into corruption in the Bukele government. The group told Reuters it has pulled 20 employees out of the country in recent weeks. Noah Bullock is the group's executive director.
We've persisted through espionage, monitoring, legal, administrative harassment, defamation. But when it became clear the government was prepared to persecute us criminally and that there's no possibility of defense or an impartial trial, that makes it unviable to take those risks anymore.
It has just one employee left in El Salvador, Ruth Lopez, its anti-corruption and justice director, who has been jailed since May on corruption charges. The government brought the case against Lopez under seal, prompting her to call for a public trial. Reuters could not independently establish the charges against her. A spokesperson for El Salvador's Attorney General's office didn't respond to requests for comment about why the case against Lopez is sealed and whether officials consider her a danger. Since imposing a state of emergency in March 2022, Bukele has suspended constitutional rights, curtailed freedom of the press, and undermined judicial independence. Bukele, who was elected president in 2019, devoted a significant portion of his State of the Union address to criticizing journalists and human rights groups.
A ellos nadie los eligió en elecciones democráticas.
Nobody elected them in democratic elections, since we're talking about democracy, not even in second-grade elections.
De influir.
But they do feel they have the right to influence the country's decisions, with money, with total impunity, the so-called human rights organizations that defend murderers who once massacred our people.
Crearon a nuestra gente.
Human rights groups say thousands of innocent people have been swept up in his gang crackdown, which has resulted in the arrests of more than 85,000 people. Bukele has said such dramatic measures were needed to eliminate violent gangs' hold over the country. According to government figures, homicides have fallen more than 90% since he took office. Despite international criticism, Bukele remains extremely popular in El Salvador. A survey in June showed him with a nearly 85% approval rating. Bullock said that for groups doing human rights work, a major change has been the election of U.S. President Donald Trump.
The United States has been an ally of human rights organizations and journalists, and I think prior to Trump, defended civic space. And that clearly is no longer a priority of the United States in their relationship with Bukele. And Bukele feels unrestrained in repressing critical voices.
During Bukele's visit to the White House in April, Trump said Bukele is, quote, one hell of a president and, quote, doing incredibly for your country.